Okay.
We're going. We're rolling.
Hi. Glad to see you today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Try that again. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about my February TBR list and the books that I'm going to try my very hardest to get around to reading. But I don't really know. I hope this little hair ain't bothering nobody. I didn't really try to do my hair today, if you can't tell. But this bun was an accident, and I thought it looked kind of cute, so I just went with it. I'm feeling like that artsy, crazy kind of middle school librarian vibes, so I'm here for it. I'm going to be showing you the books that I have planned for the month of February. And I started this one. We'll just go ahead and begin. You know, if you watched my last video, you might have seen me mention this book. I started it in January, and I did not finish it because I'm already behind on some of my schoolwork with readings. I get all of my physical assignments done that are due, but when it comes to the readings, I neglect them very heavily. So I'm going to try to do better, and that is why I don't feel like I'm going to read all these this month, but this is just my ambitious what if. If it was a perfect world, what I would be able to read this month. But here we are. So this one is The Master and Margarita. It is a Russian novel. Funny story about this, I bought this because of TikTok. It looked cool. I saw someone recommend it, and I was like, well, you know, say less. So I was in my global contemporary literature class, and it was literally just me and this one other person. And I was just asking my teacher, because she just so happened to have read a Russian novel that I have. I'm not even a Russian buff. I don't know anything about Russia or their literature. But I'm just trying to expand my horizons. I was asking my teacher, hey, have you read The Master and Margarita? It is a Russian novel, and since you've read this other one that I have, I was just wondering. And she was like, no, I haven't read that one. And then the guy in my class, me and literally him are the only two people in the class, he's like, I'm reading that book right now. And I was like, huh. And he had gotten it for Christmas, and then my teacher forced us to read it together so we could talk about it. And I was like, uh-oh, because I had started this book back in the fall, and I got kind of lost because just the way the author writes about these different characters, and it's very interesting. This is not an indication of the book, of it being interesting or entertaining or whatever, because I really like it. I got discouraged, I guess, just because there was a lot of Russian words and slang, and the names are all in Russian, and I don't know, I just gave up. And it's not that I never wanted to read it again, but if it wasn't for this guy in my class, I probably wouldn't have read it. So I'm halfway through it now, and I have been listening to the audiobook and reading it, and they're kind of different translations, so I'm a little lost.
I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
So I'm going to have to go back. And I'm already on chapter 16, but I don't know how far back I'll have to go. But it's a good book. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to do a book review on this book. And it is good. Just a little sneak peek into this one is Satan comes to Moscow. And him and his little company of people. It's just him and these two other guys and this big black cat. And all the people that they directly meet and have some sort of relationship with, they basically ruin their lives. And it's just really cool because it's kind of humorous. It sounds really dark and whatever, but it is kind of a humorous, I've laughed a couple of times, only halfway through, but it is really good. So enough about that book. Let me go ahead and show you the ones I got from this little bookstore called Ernest and Hadley. I'm going to start off with The 10,000 Doors of January. I got this one at the end of January. I wanted to read it for January, but I knew I was not going to finish it because I was reading another book, and I knew I wasn't going to finish that one, and so forth and so on. So it is my February book, and the character is actually named January, so that has nothing to do with the month. And it has magical-esque elements to it. I don't really read a lot of magic type of stories, so once again, I'm just trying to expand myself and read different types of genres and books that I wouldn't normally read. Next, we have The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. Oh, who did I say this one was by? I didn't. Alex E. Harrow. Okay, so The Wife Upstairs. When I saw this one, it gave me the yellow wallpaper vibes, and I love that story. And the reason I got that vibe is because of the ripped wallpaper and just that kind of mysterious title of like The Wife Upstairs made me think of the main character in the yellow wallpaper that was like shut off in a room, and the madness elements, like mental illness, it just kind of like gave me that air about it. So we'll see if I'm correct or not, but it's not like a super long book, so hopefully I can get around to finishing this one for this month. Next, we have A Swim in a Pond in the Rain, and this is by George Saunders. I read the book sleeve and it just sounded interesting because there's Russian in this one too. Oh my gosh. For the last 20 years, George Saunders has been teaching a class on the Russian short story to his MFA students at Syracuse University, and A Swim in a Pond in the Rain. That's a hard title for me to say, I don't know why. He shares a version of that class with us, offering some of what he and his students have discovered together over the years. So, just the fact that there was like a professor, students, intellectual conversations, that is what pulled me to this book. That's really all I know about it. And yeah, so we will see how this one goes. But those are the books that I would love to read this month. And those are the ones I have planned. But like I said, school comes first and I have a lot of catching up to do. So we'll see what I get around to doing. And I will keep y'all updated and do a book review when I get these read. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video or found it entertaining in some way. Please give me a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it or you want to see more. I'm going to do more book reviews because my book of the month review did really well and a lot of people seem to like that one. And I do have several more book of the month books to read and review, so just stay tuned for that. I hope y'all all have a lovely day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!